Today we're graphing linear functions that are written in slope-intercept form. Let's refresh our memory on what slope-intercept form looks like. Those are equations that are in the form y equals mx plus b. M, the x coefficient, tells us the slope, and reminder that slope tells us the change in y over the change in x. B tells us the y-intercept. Remember to write your y-intercept as an ordered pair. In example 1, the y-intercept is -5, or the order pair 0, -5. So I'm looking at this number first. That tells me the y-intercept. So I go to 0, -5, and I place a point. And then the slope, the number in front of x here, is 3. When you have a whole number, think of that as 3 over 1. So again, always write your formula that the slope tells you the change in y over the change in x, in this case 3 over 1. So starting at this point 0, -5, we would go up 3, write 1, and put a point. And then we go up 3, write 1, and put a point. Do that until you run out of grid so that you have a very good accurate line. Place your straight edge up against all of the points and draw your line. And make sure you put arrows on the ends of your lines, both ends, because it continues on forever in both directions. For number 2, our y-intercept is 0, 6. And then our slope, which tells us change in y over change in x, is -1 over 2. So when there's a negative sign in front of the fraction, I put it with the numerator. So because it's a negative slope, I'm going to go down 1 and then right 2. And then I'll continue doing that, down 1, right 2. And then use a straight edge, line it up on your points and connect them. Make sure you put arrows on both sides of your line. For example 3, our y-intercept is 0, 1. So we plot our intercept of 0, 1. And then our slope, which tells us change in y over change in x, is 3 over 2. So from here, I'm going to go up 3 and right 2. And continue that pattern, up 3, right 2. And then connecting them with a straight edge. Make sure you remember to put arrows on both sides of your line. Our y-intercept in this one is 0, -3. And then when there's no number in front of x, there's an understood 1. So that's 1 over 1. So from here, we go up 1, right 1. Use a straight edge to connect your points. Number 5, we've got f of x equals -4x plus nothing. Okay, so we could think of that just to write it in the slope-intercept form. We could write f of x equals -4x plus 0. Our y-intercept is 0, 0. And then our slope is -4 over 1. So from here, I'm going to go down 4, right 1. And continue that pattern, down 4, right 1. And use a straight edge to connect your points and put arrows on both ends of your point. All right, in number 6, we've got f of x equals 3. There is no x, so I'm going to write it as if it was 0x plus 3, since we did not have an x term. The y-intercept is 0, 3. And then our slope, change in y over change in x, is 0 over 1. So anytime you have a whole number, put it over 1. So I'm going to go up 0 over 1, up 0 over 1, and then connect my points with a straight edge.